Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, colourful cartoon animals and everyone else, welcome to Magic the Questioning, the card game quiz that asks the question. Huh? Let's meet our contestants. How are you guys doing? I'm raring to go. Oh, really? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, with that, let's look at this week's categories. Cards on the Table is our first round where the questions are worth 1 point each. Bolt the Blank is our second round with questions worth 2 points each. Ready Set Quiz is our third round where the questions are worth 3 points each. Comedy of Errata is our fourth round where the questions are worth 4 points each. And Art Attack is our final category with a single question that doubles your score. At the end of the game, tally up your points and measure them against the point score chart, so you can see how you rank and compare it with your friends and everyone else playing along at home and in the comments section. Will you come last but seeking? Maybe you're a zealous inquisitor. Let's find out. So if you are playing along at home, get ready to write down your answers and let us know how you do in the comments below. And if you answered the question from the thumbnail correctly, you get to start the game with a bonus 4 points. That's 4 points right now if you knew that Zill author Strength Incarnate had a prior printing as Godzilla, King of the Monsters, way back in Ikoria, Lair of Behemoths. Godzilla technically being the reskin, even though it was the original, because Zill author didn't see a physical printing under that name until the later set Commander Masters. Now for the rest of the quiz. Here we go, round 1, our general knowledge questions, cards on the table. Question 1. First printed in Alpha and a staple of Commander, what artifact taps for 2 colourless mana? First printed in Alpha and a staple of Commander, what artifact taps for 2 colourless mana? Question 2. What was the name of the powerful red and green Planeswalker first printed in Modern Horizons 1? What was the name of the powerful red and green Planeswalker first printed in Modern Horizons 1? Question 3. Which sorcery for a single blue mana lets you look at the top 3 cards of your library and draw a card that turn? Which sorcery for a single blue mana lets you look at the top 3 cards of your library and draw a card that turn? Question 4. Which land, first printed in Avacyn Restored, prevents creatures of a chosen type from being countered? Which land, first printed in Avacyn Restored, prevents creatures of a chosen type from being countered? That's the final question this round. You have until the music stops to submit your answers, and once that's over, we'll find out if you were right. Start the music. Okay, time's up. Let's get some answers. And remember, 1 point this round for each one you answered correctly. Question 1. First printed in Alpha and a staple of Commander, what artifact taps for 2 colourless mana? Soul Ring. Printed in basically every Commander set, I think. We were looking for Soul Ring. Question 2. What was the name of the powerful red and green Planeswalker first printed in Modern Horizons 1? Wrenn and 6. Infamous at the time, but we were looking for Wrenn and 6. Question 3. Which sorcery for a single blue mana lets you look at the top 3 cards of your library and then draw a card this turn? It is, of course, Ponder. We were looking for the card Ponder. Question 4. Which land, first printed in Avacyn Restored, prevents creatures of a chosen type from being countered? Cavern of Souls. One of my personal favourites. We were looking for Cavern of Souls. Let's talk to our contestants. How do you guys think you did? Yeah. Alright. Oh, okay. On to our second category, Bolt the Blank, with questions around commonly used magic expressions and slang, and with the questions this round are worth 2 points each. Question 1. An effect that makes everyone discard their hand and then draw is often referred to as what? An effect that makes everyone discard their hand and then draw is often referred to as what? Question 2. Which unofficial casual constructed format only allows a deck to contain common and up to 5 uncommon cards? Which unofficial casual constructed format only allows a deck to contain common and up to 5 uncommon cards? Question 3. Before it was officially keyworded, when the hexproof ability appeared on cards, it was often nicknamed what? Before it was officially keyworded, when the hexproof ability appeared on cards, it was often nicknamed what? Question 4. You may have heard of WPN stores or WPN support for tournaments, but what do those letters stand for? You may have heard of WPN stores or WPN support for tournaments, but what do those letters stand for? You've got till the music stops to get your answers down, and then we'll see the results. Time's up, and let's see those answers, and this time they're worth 2 points. Question 1. An effect that makes everyone discard their hands and then draw is often referred to as what? A wheel effect. Named for the card Wheel of Fortune, it is often called a wheel effect. Question 2. Which unofficial casual constructed format only allows a deck to contain common and up to 5 uncommon cards? Peasant. I'll link to the rules page below if you're interested in giving it a try, but we were looking for Peasant. Question 3. Before it was officially keyworded, when the hexproof ability appeared on cards, it was often nicknamed what? Super Shroud. Shroud was the keyword that meant that a card couldn't be targeted by any player, but if the card had the ability to prevent only your opponent from targeting it, it was often nicknamed Super Shroud. Question 4. You may have heard of WPN stores or WPN support for tournaments, but what do those letters stand for? WPN stands for the Wizards Play Network, a support program offered by Wizards of the Coast for stores. We were looking for Wizards Play Network. How do you guys feel that you're doing?
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to matter what we say, so we're just going along with it.
You're still answering the questions though, right? We are. Not that our points would reflect it. In fact, I'd say they're easy. Hold on. No, I'm going to say it, they're easy. Well, I wouldn't... Oh dear. Round 3 in the category is Ready Set Quiz, all about what would have been the latest set if I hadn't missed it, Magic the Gathering Universes Beyond Assassin's Creed, a Ubisoft original. What a name. Question 1. Cleopatra is a black and green 4-mana 2/4, but what kingdom of Egypt was she the queen of between 51 to 30 BC? Cleopatra is a black and green 4-mana 2/4, but what kingdom of Egypt was she the queen of between 51 to 30 BC? Question 2. Leonardo da Vinci has no keywords, but he did paint the Last Supper for a monastery. Which one? Leonardo da Vinci has no keywords, but he did paint the Last Supper for a monastery. Which one? Question 3. The Spear of Leonidas is a red legendary artifact, but which legendary battle is Leonidas best known for? The Spear of Leonidas is a red legendary artifact, but which legendary battle is Leonidas best known for? Question 4. Socrates is a 0/4 defender, but what penalties did Plato say he offered after failing to defend himself at trial? Socrates is a 0/4 defender, but what penalties did Plato say he offered after failing to defend himself at trial? That's the last question for this round, so get ready to finish writing before we find out the answers. Time's up, and remember, for this round, correct answers are worth 3 points. Here we go. Question 1. Cleopatra is a black and green 4-mana 2/4, but what kingdom of Egypt was she the queen of between 51 to 30 BC? The Ptolemaic Kingdom. She was the queen of the Ptolemaic Kingdom. Question 2. Leonardo da Vinci has no keywords, but he did paint the Last Supper for a monastery. Which one? It was obviously the Santa Maria della Grazia. I apologise for the pronunciation, but we were looking for the Santa Maria della Grazia. Question 3. The Spear of Leonidas is a red legendary artifact, but which legendary battle is Leonidas best known for? Another easy one, it's the Battle of Thermopylae, sometimes pronounced Thermopylae, sometimes pronounced Thermopylae. Question 4. Socrates is a 0/4 defender, but what penalties did Plato say he offered after failing to defend himself at trial? According to Plato, after being found guilty, Socrates suggested his punishment should be free food and housing provided for him by the state, or a fine of 1 mina, all the money he said he had. Strangely, the jurors opted instead to choose the death penalty. So, how many did you guys get right this round? What the hell was that? I don't know, but I don't think you should have called them easy. You should be careful what you say, well, never mind. Round 4 is Comedy of Errata, all about the misprints and mistakes. Question 1. The etched foil version of the Assassin's Creed card, Shay Cormac, says what instead of bounty counter? The etched foil version of the Assassin's Creed card, Shay Cormac, says what instead of bounty counter? Question 2. Which 3 words are seemingly missing from the Modern Horizons 3 card, Wheel of Potential, as it currently appears to be broken? Which 3 words are seemingly missing from the Modern Horizons 3 card, Wheel of Potential, as it currently appears to be broken? Question 3. Greg Hildebrandt illustrated the original Demir, Gruul, Orzhov and Boros signets, but who was credited instead? Greg Hildebrandt illustrated the original Demir, Gruul, Orzhov and Boros signets, but who was credited instead? Question 4. What was misprinted on the More Adventures in Middle-earth secret lair copy of Grimmer Wormtongue? What was misprinted on the More Adventures of Middle-earth secret lair copy of Grimmer Wormtongue? Okay, the time's about to start again, so I hope you have all of your answers, because this is the last point scoring round. Here we go. And that's time. Every correct answer is worth 4 points, so let's find out how you did after these messages. Hi, it's me, from the thing that you're watching. This is one of those sections that most ad blockers will cut out, but if you don't have one of those, maybe you'd like to hear that my Patreon has a new tier. It's £1, which is seemingly about a US $1.50, and it supports me because I'd like to keep doing this, but sadly that's not always the reality of the world that we live in. However, if you join, for your contribution, you'll get your name credited on screen at the end of my videos in a text scroll exclusive to the Lunar tier. Your name may be small, but it will be there. The catch for this low cost is that I'm limiting membership to only 1,000 people. So, if you want to see your names in my video, you want to support me to keep creating said videos, and £1 or $1.50 doesn't break your bank, then come join me on the Moonbase and sign up to my Patreon. Link in the description below. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Magic the Questioning, where we're about to find out the answers to round 4, where every correct answer is worth 4 points. Here we go. Question 1. The etched foil version of the Assassin's Creed card Shay Cormac says what instead of Bounty Counter? Bounty County. I'll link to our Reddit thread discussing it below, but it delightfully says Bounty County. Question 2. Which 3 words are seemingly missing from the Modern Horizons 3 card Wheel of Potential, as it currently appears to be broken? If you do, it reads, you get 3 energy, and then you may pay X energy, and then seems to be missing the words, if you do, because it then goes on to say, each player may exile their hand and draw X cards, and if X is 7 or more, you may play cards you own exiled this way until the end of your next turn. Without the words, if you do, rules as written, there's nothing stopping you from declaring X to be any number, and then drawing those cards regardless of whether you paid the energy cost or not. Question 3. Greg Hildebrandt illustrated the original Demir, Gruul, Orzhov and Boros signets, but who was credited instead? It was his twin brother and fellow artist Tim Hildebrandt. So we were looking for his twin brother, Tim. Question 4. What was misprinted on the More Adventures in Middle-earth secret lair copy of Grimmer Wormtongue? It was his power. The poorly received movie screenshot secret lair version has a power of 2 instead of 1. Are you guys excited for the bonus round where you can double your points?
I think I've noticed this a couple of times now, but what were you going to say earlier when—
Not today, Purple. We've already pushed our luck enough. Round 5 is Art Attack, where we slowly reveal a picture to you. And if you can name what card uses that picture as its art before the music stops, then you double your points and you double your score. So to be clear, see some artwork and name that card for double points. I hope you're ready, because here we go. And that's time. Did you get it right? Well, if you said that this was the art for the card All Will Be One, you'll have just doubled your score. So now the question is, how did you do? Count up your score and let us know in the comments below. Well guys, how do you think you did?
I don't—
Yeah, I mean,
what's
we don't
going on?
get it.
What is this?
Sadly, there's no time to find out this week, as that's the end of the show. But there's always going to be more, so join us next time for Magic the Questioning. Thank you to everyone who supports the show, like James Diamond, Egg with a Particle that permeates all existence, and the rest of my patrons whose names are on screen now. If you'd like to submit a quiz question to the show, you can via my Patreon, as it's one of my Venus tier reward perks. I'd also like to give an extra special thank you to Brett Canny for providing the music for the show. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and set your notification bell to all so you can be updated when our next episode airs. And until then, from all of us here in the studio, we wish you happy quizzing, and we will see you next time. Freeze frame.